Bing bong. You've ducked it.
Will you two stop mucking about?
The vocals and the instruments work together quite a bit on this, don't they? They're quite...
Interlocked.
Yeah, interlocked.
Yeah, I definitely felt like the vocals were the driving force of this one, but usually that means like the instrumentation takes a sort of back seat, whereas in this...
I feel like they work together more.
Yeah.
Especially the clean section as well, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of layers and there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's mixed.
It was actually the hardest part to mix, definitely, because I wanted to... So what we did was we took that nice melody that was over those droney vocals, like the carnival ride part, and we actually used the same part but slowed it down, and it was as if we were trying to take something that was in major and turn it to minor without actually changing any notes. It was like I wanted to completely change the tonality and the feel of the same part to symbolize the shift in perspective from like how the same thing can be viewed as positive, and then...
Yeah, well, it's like we were talking about earlier, saying like when your head snaps, it could be like the same for the instrumentation, right?
Yes.
Same sort of thing.
Well, exactly, yeah. And that was the goal, and it was quite hard and quite a challenge to get that tone in the clean guitar and then in the other instruments over it with the whispers, and we had two different things going on, and we panned one to the left, one to the right, and it was like there's two voices in either side of your head, like pecking away, but as I said, just giving you the same message, but because it's just there constantly, you still can't see the way forward. And that was the way I really wanted to have that mix sitting in with it.
I also like the fact that you can't really tell what the voices are saying because it's so kind of mixed in your head until you actually split them.
Yeah, and it's very foggy.
Yeah, it worked really well to do the panning on left and right.
Yeah, and then we added all the like the delays and the effects on it to like give that fog, so it really does it feels like a cloud over your head, and that was sort of a cool thing to explore.
Well, tone-wise, we kept it quite simple, didn't we?
Yeah, with this one, I mean, we had so many great tones based on what we did with Rebirth. So what I sort of did was I took the impulse responses that we had for those tones, so I had a bit more control over them to sort of match them for the song. That was interesting because we still maintained that continuity for the two songs, but we still had that level of control for sections like that needed extra gain, sections that needed less gain, sections that needed a bit more clarity.
Yeah, but I think those tones really cut through. Like, you can hear the riffs clear as day within such a complex mix as well. Especially with these songs where you have all the synthesizers in the background and everything, the riff still cuts above really nicely.
Yeah, I definitely think the mix was the hardest part of the creation process in this one. Because usually if like the instrumentation's the driving force of it and is more complex, the vocals sort of take a back seat to leave room for it, and vice versa. But with this one, it was like full guns blazing the whole way through. There's complex instrumentation, there's complex vocal parts. Sometimes the vocals are like matching the instrumentation or directly contrasting with the instrumentation. So having everything being front and center was very, very challenging. And this one took a lot longer than it did with Rebirth, where we sort of went for that natural feeling. We went for that natural sort of sound with it. This one had to be a bit more polished, a bit more, everything needs to be locked in so it could actually be heard and expressed in the way it needs to be expressed.
Yeah, but I also think that's what makes Imprison, Asylum, now Isolate so unique. Because we have the ability to do that, it may be challenging, but we can still create something that is all guns blazing.
It's probably not good for every song, but I think on occasion, like having a song that's all there, everything there. I mean, this definitely showcases all of what we have to offer, really. In one song, we have like the new sort of vocal styles, we have the old vocal styles, we have the very like sort of complex guitar riffs, fast riffs.
Yeah. Bit of clean in there.
4 breakdowns, 5 breakdowns.
Fats with the PH breakdowns.
Very, like our first sort of slow breakdown, and it very much ticks all the boxes for me in it, and I think it turned out exceptionally well. That's been our Inside the Session for Isolate. We hope you enjoyed the song. It's out now on all platforms, and we've been making Blind I See.
Oh, can I love it?